Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Final Show Films. Tonight we're going to be bringing you the latest exploits of the Steelhearts as we delve back into Gran Terra, Great Days, or End Times, or whatever it's called. Just before we start, though, we want to make sure that we thank all of you for tuning in and watching, and we hope that you enjoy it. And a special thank you to those of you who support us by giving us that sweet, sweet coinage that makes everything so possible. We'd like to grant a special thank you to our patrons. Our first sponsor this evening, Bellmender's finest bar in Swiggle. It's also called the Broken Bell, not Bellmender's. I'm a little lost. And if you want to be a little lost, come to the Broken Bell. We'll make sure you don't remember a thing. But beyond that, we'd also like to thank our $25 and up supporters on Patreon. That would be Samantha Bates, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, and Il. Very special thanks to all of you. I'll stand you your first round at the Broken Bell. And that's a Bellmender guarantee. Now, sit back, relax, get a tall pint of something enjoyable, and enjoy. Take it away. Sen's not showing up, folks. So let's just guess what? Tonight it's a special presentation of Bellmender's Bells.
They can hear me now.
All, we have.
Why'd you make him stop?
And go home.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gran Terra Shadowfront. I am San, your game master for the evening. I am joined this week by Nikki.
Hi everybody, it's me, Nikki. I'll be playing.
Hi everybody, it's me, Nikki. I'll be playing Scuzmal T Bucket, your Goblin Rogue, and Wizards of the Coast do fucking better.
And Craig.
Hi, as you may have guessed, I'll be playing Grumman Bellmender, Way the Drunken Master Monk, Dwarf, and Novitiate Cleric.
And
Don't
Holly.
give a shit, cleric?
Novitiate.
Don't give a shit, cleric? What?
Novitiate.
Novitiate.
Okay, I'm Holly. I'm playing Vespia, not Utena. Sorry, wrong game. Tiefling Chandler. Sorry, I went to
And
werewolf.
Shawnee.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven
And
Samurai.
Jerry.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Sim.
And Dakota.
Thank you for waiting until I was taking a drink.
I
of
always
something.
wait until the most opportune times, and by wait, I mean don't pay attention.
Yep. I'm Dakota. I'm going to be playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
I just had to remind myself that that's who I was playing for a second.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gentmanar,
Not
the
coming through,
half-elf.
apparently.
Come through.
Am I not?
There you are.
I didn't hear any.
Was I not before?
I didn't hear any of
that
that
might be
first
your
line.
line.
I'm a lean closer to my mic. Hi everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gentmanar, half-elf and spellslinger. We're here to shoot shit and murder bitches.
I know Ithram is a war magic mage, but are we sure that Ithram wouldn't be better off as a school of abjuration?
Thought about making the switch.
It's a rough transition. Anyways. Right? Scraps in all sorts of weird places. Anyway.
We like you guys.
So, as always,
Transitioning.
Yes,
Speaking of transitioning,
Yes.
yeah, no, go
as
ahead.
always,
Good.
Black Lives Matter, trans rights and human rights, yeah. I just don't stop.
Don't
stop,
be fucking racist.
Stop writing
Seriously, get the fuck
racist
out.
shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Didn't know it was that hard.
I'm good.
But apparently it is.
Just be better than fucking new TSR.
I mean, to be
How
fair,
hard
they are
is
better
that?
than new TSR.
Even
with this.
They are.
At least they didn't say the fucking N-word.
At
They
least
are.
they
Okay,
didn't,
that's true.
they
They are
didn't
legitimately
stat
better,
out. They didn't
but-
stat out white supremacist's wet dream. Okay, they at least didn't do that.
God, I'm sad about how low the fucking bar is.
Right?
The bar wasn't hell, but we called the devil. He's a great guy, and he just decided to just like go ahead and just take it
I
down
keep
a
seeing
couple of
clips of
notches
Lucifer,
there.
and it's like, yeah, no, I want to watch that show now.
It's good. It's real good. It's
Anyways.
good. It's real good.
Also, this stream is powered by Sirenscape.
This stream is powered by Sirenscape. By the way,
Oh shit! I need to
If you
open
watch
that.
all of our
Thank
If
you
you
for
hear, if
reminding
you watch
me.
all of our faces do like one of these motions, it's because Sin has decided to do a ding in the background
Oh, they
that
can
only
hear it
we
too.
can hear. Y'all can hear it too. Fuck you.
so when last we left off,
That was
Yeah.
definitely a thing I just heard.
the Steelhearts had delved into Coralholm, specifically moving on into the residential area, the core residential section hub of Coralholm, this underwater domed city, built by dwarves, ancient times, supposedly the resting place of some sort of ritual for apotheosis. While exploring, they learned several things about the world in which they are currently living. One of which is that not all of their magic seems to be working as it should. And also that in this seemingly abandoned, ruined area, they are not alone. We left off
Each other.
with the group exploring an inn that they had discovered in this sort of current mess of cityscape. They had discovered that there was a trail of blood coming out sort of off the front door, and it entered into the premises to sort of scope out, see what's going on. And as they are pausing in the entryway, sort of in the lobby of this inn, they heard a loud scratching sound echoing in the distance. That's where it picked up.
Which direction? by the way?
Didn't really have a specific direction. It was just sort of this vague, like just deep gouging echo of a claw doing something terrible to some furniture. Somewhere.
Anyone else getting like line at Space Mountain vibes from the music?
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's like this intro.
It's like the intro to your favorite 80s movie.
Since Ghent has apparently been in a fugue state for a little while, why are we investigating this blood streak going into
Because
this inn?
the area that you're in has been utterly devoid of any like creatures at all, automated or otherwise, and this blood seems fresh.
Also,
Go,
it's
go.
literally the only path through. Also, it's literally the only path through that doesn't require us to climb over shit.
Yeah.
We have been trying
We have been trying to find what's here so it doesn't jump us in the back, but also sort of trying to find our way to the entrance to the next area.
Have we discussed the tactical ramifications of possibly climbing over some of the shit, at least to get a higher vantage point and see what we can see from
Titania
there?
Titania
Titania
did
did fly.
fly, and
Titania did
yeah,
fly.
I put that in the Slack, but Tanya noticed that the buildings, the city seems to be constructed in a particularly sort of almost magically inclined fashion. It seems to be some sort of the empty space
Right.
forms a bit of a fractal image, and in particular places where like that image might have broken based on the layout. Is where you're seeing these barricades that have been sort of piled up to make sure the image stays consistent.
Gotcha.
And she can't fly high enough to get like a full top-down image to see what.
Yeah,
kind
she'd
of
have to be outside
roommate-
the dome.
Yeah. I should question the dome. Is it actually like? Is it like clear, see the bottom of the ocean, but still everything's dark, or is it like a
You can see
solid
the bottom of the
opaque
ocean. You can
wall
see the ocean. Yeah.
all the way across? Okay. How tall? Like to the tip?
To the tip, it's difficult because it's like it slants up to the middle. But like straight above you, outside the inn that you're in, it's about 80 feet up to the glass, and then it continues on for a fair ways up to like the actual like top of it.
Okay.
So, you're all inside a inn.
Yep.
There is this, just as a recap, there is this sort of corner. I can't think counter. I'm trying to think of the word. This is sort of corner counter. You notice that all the windows in the building seem to have been reinforced and barricaded. You can see out of them from inside, but they're barricaded in such a way that you really can't see into them from the outside. Except for obviously the one that was smashed through to get in and clear the barricade on the front door. There are benches that have been sort of shoved aside throughout the building. There are a few other doors that don't seem to have. There are a few other doors that seem to be open, and one door that's open, two doors that are closed. There's a door over here, and there's a door up here. Wow, that was well timed. An open curtain over here, and an open door over here.
Gen's gonna just make an initial investigation of the immediate area and see if he can see any more evidence to where the blood trail is leading.
As soon as you got in, you were able to determine the blood trail never actually entered the room. It looks kind of like the there were two large spiked barricades that had been shoved aside on the front porch, and then the entire front door and just like the wooden porch in front of it was covered in bloody residue. And then it was sort of like dragged out, curves up towards the street, and then there's a hard cut basically where the trail sort of stops.
Oh, okay. So the blood trail leads from the door away out into the street.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
There's no sign of a body.
Yeah, we're just gonna check and see if either of these closed doors are locked, and see if there's anything of note in the room. Then
whoever got brutalized seemed to have been done so immediately outside the door.
Since gonna try and since they are invisible right now, and thus have a bit of a stealth advantage, we'll try and get up in this area. Just to scout out, make sure that there's nothing up here ready to attack before anybody else gets up there.
You'll get up there. You can give me a perception check if you like.
17 on the investigation.
17 on the investigation. What you see first, it looks like this might have at one point been like a dining room or a private meeting room. There's a large green carpet. There's stairs and tables that have been sort of barricaded against the far wall. With a 6, it doesn't look like there's anything relevant in here. Other than like it's potentially a place to close a door if you need it. With a 17, Gent, as you're looking around, why is Scuzz's? Yeah, I'm sorry, I just realized that Scuzz's name isn't full to everybody. There we go.
He's anonymous today.
Scuzz is just vibing in the background. Scuzz is just vibing in the background, flossing.
Actually flossing, or
No, the dance.
No, No, the dance.
Because
Just
I can see Scuzz doing either.
Grumman's like-
I can see Scuzz like dancing or actually just like.
It does have a lot of teeth, and he does.
it does have a lot of
that's
teeth,
fair.
and he does eat a lot. He's got to protect his teeth.
Grumman's like, you got to teach me how to do that. Is it like
Let me know, by the way, if you guys
this?
are getting the echo from my microphone.
Nope.
Not yet.
I think the audience might be getting
Yet.
some. I have a solution for this. I just don't want to use it yet. Talk amongst yourselves while I fix this.
Well, I would say that whatever took that thing, obviously there's some sort of threat out here. Have we seen anything that gives any indication of what one might expect?
At the moment, mostly just claws.
All right, so it's got claws. What sort of things live under the water and have claws?
Well, to be fair, it seems to walk.
Remember.
We found our first, other than the blood, we found our first remnant of the residence, which is basically just like clothes that fell in a pile. It looks like they just got disappeared. Grumman dubbed it the rupture.
Okay.
Because you weren't here to stop him. But it does seem like the residents of this habitation unit were trying to barricade themselves in their homes, and then some of them apparently just like poof disappeared out of their
just
clothes.
got discorporated.
Yeah, maybe bound into those armors. But
Also, additional note: Titania did a speak with some form of divination spell. I forget what the exact spell was, to ask when the creature was going to attack, and the answer that she got back was when you are most vulnerable.
Specifically, the question was, how are we going to get attacked? And the answer was where you are most vulnerable.
That was it. Yeah.
Nobody go to the bathroom.
I still think it's worth it if I just try to run for the entrance. Be prepared to take my Everclear and just dip out of sight, and at least then we'll know where it is. I'd rather that than all this skulking around waiting to get bit in the arse.
I think we should at least investigate what's left of this facility.
This seems to be one of the most intact buildings and has an immediate relevance to somebody who died just outside. So let's see what we can find around here before we...
Well, if I know taverns and inns and that sort of thing with this sort of construction, look for trapdoors, that's type of architecture.
I'm going to
maybe
go
flip
check
over
this.
some of these carpets or runners.
Indeed. I'm
Go
going to go check this. Oh, you can't see me, right? I'm going to go check the closed door that I'm near that you can't see where I am, but there's only one closed door, so you know where I'm talking about.
There's two closed door, actually. And yeah, are either of them locked with a 17?
I got a 6 on my perception check. There's one closed door.
Fair enough.
I'm right next to it.
So yeah, so with a 17 investigation check, now the door seems to be unlocked. There doesn't seem to be any particular traps in here, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Nothing hiding under the carpets like, oh, hey, this goes to a hidden cellar, blah, blah, blah.
At least not here, no.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
We might need scuzz on these doors.
It's gotta stop mid-floss. Yeah, I can do it.
I'm going to poke around behind the bar, see what's there, since we're holed up in here.
I will check this door and see if it's locked.
There's a couple. There is a barrel that's very much. There's a barrel with like a water basin on top of it. There is a couple of chests that seem to be sort of stacked up as like defensive measures. They don't seem to have anything in them, as far as you can tell. And there's another one of those kegs that you've been seeing outside, which does seem to have some sort of something in it.
but smelling bad and off.
Yeah,
Correct.
definitely smelling like rot.
Does mending fix? It doesn't, right? Like it'll fix an item, but it wouldn't fix like sour beer or something, right?
No.
That'd be
I don't
purify
think
food
so.
and drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I already know from a tuning, or not tuning, bonding with Felix.
Pardon?
Unless I already know, would it be possible to change his shape like another familiar, or is he's
solid. You can't change what he looks like.
Can't change it.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you would do the same thing you would try to do to like change his shape, you would basically unbond from him. You get a spirit from it rather than.
All right.
Side cat.
Yeah.
And he would take it as a personal affront.
Then I will, if
prima donna,
because he wasn't involved in the water breathing.
You have a stat block, by the way.
Yeah, I have a stat block. He's not amphibious.
Yeah.
You can just poof into a pocket dimension if you're about to go swimming, though.
No, I want him to go swimming. But I'd rather he not also drown. So.
He has a fly speed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fly speeds work underwater, typically.
You do?
Yeah, but it don't let you breathe underwater.
No, yeah.
I will remind you that you're very far down underwater.
Yeah. Pressure will also be a consideration.
Yeah.
Water breathing does not protect you from the pressure of underwater, I don't think, anyway.
Greg, I'm glad I'm not the only person that went there.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I
if you can breathe the water that's around you, the pressure is kind of moot. Like if he went rapidly up, that would be a problem, or rapidly down, he'd be a moat of Felix rather than a whole cat.
The issue is more that
it would be intense pressure.
You're going from pressure to a lot of pressure if you ban from inside the outside.
Yeah.
It would be. Felix would have to make a con save, basically, to not get damaged severely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can breathe the water, the pressure becomes significantly mitigated because it's no longer you are a bubble of air and the water wants in.
Yeah. But there is that moment beforehand.
Yeah.
Rules as writ start to impose exhaustion for operating at significant depth, but it doesn't. For whatever reason in D&D, it doesn't just fucking kill you like it would in reality.
For whatever reason in D&D, they didn't write rules for pressure shock.
Is this door up here locked?
No, neither of the doors seems locked. No.
All right.
Oh, you said neither. I thought you said both the doors were locked.
Sorry, both the doors are unlocked, is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Might not have come through.
Nope, that's fine.
Click, push.
There we go. Then.
Boom.
Grummond is just while all this is gathering all things that look like they have food or drink in them, like the kegs and anything else that looks like it might have once had food in it or drink in it or bottles or anything like that, sort of pulling it into a little hoard around him, and he's going to ritual cast purify food and drink.
Okay. So you're going to spend a few minutes doing that. What's the requirements for purify food and drink, by the way? Like the targeting requirements? Sorry, and Gent, are you opening that other door?
No, Gent is of the opinion that one door being investigated at a time is probably best. So he was just down there checking. But if he hears Sin is Sin in what form is Sin in right now?
Sin is Sin right now.
Oh, okay. If he hears Sin opening that door, he'll just flank up behind and see what the fuck's going on up here.
Through telepathic. Looks like we have a hallway up here. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 doors, and then a couple of windows to the outside.
At least there aren't
a lot more bar to
more
go
doors.
What was that, Valdeth?
So at least there aren't more doors.
Everything within a 5-foot radius? Okay, so we're going to be doing that for 10 minutes. So yeah.
No.
Sin, you look up and down. It's a hallway. There are multiple.
I was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right.
Yeah, 4 doors.
As
They're
Velda
end
points out,
sort of
there
end
aren't
tables
more
at both ends, with long withered plants in pots on top of them, and unlit candle mounts along the walls.
How much ambient lighting do we have in here?
It's oddly well lit.
Okay.
Just like the rest of the, just like sort of like how the rest of the hubs have been. There's just like this. It feels almost like it's daytime, but there's no daylight above you.
Right.
Right.
Because you're at the bottom of the
Because,
ocean.
you know, benthic zone. Yeah. Gent will go up and just start testing doors then,
Yeah. Go right to left, I suppose.
Works for me.
After you.
Try the doorknob. Well,
Are you sure?
Investigate for traps, obviously.
Are you sure you want to be the one opening the doors? Mr. uses a gun versus uses a sword.
Well, I was thinking I would turn the door and open it, and you would be standing in front too.
That's fair.
Sort of two-man.
Then again, you wouldn't necessarily know if I was standing in front of it or standing behind you, letting you take the brunt of the damage anyways.
Would you like the goblin to do it?
Well, I don't think they're locked at all.
There are
18.
Also in this hallway, there are 2 windows at either end of the hallway that you can see. The sort of, you can see now that the inn is on a slight elevation to the street, so you're not right on the street. It's a little bit of rise to the windows, so you have sort of a view of the emptiness outside at the moment. With a 18, door does not seem to be locked or trapped.
Click, flip.
Velvet walks over to the hall entrance to just keep an eye on Gent to see opens the door.
So inside you find a large double bed. There is a sort of a pile of furniture on one side, sort of trunks. There's like a table. There's like a desk with a large trunk underneath it and like a suitcase on top of it. There's another table just along the southern wall if you sort of peek in, and the far side has a dresser that has been very clearly shifted and pushed up against a window. You can sort of see out the window above the dresser, but the dresser itself blocks anybody trying to get in through the window.
Yep.
As well as a chair and a red rug.
Sin, do you want to go prod things and make sure they're not mimics?
I'll be honest, if it's a mimic, I don't care. We're here to try and deal with the bigger threat, correct?
I mean, personally, I think we're here to get the fuck through this district as quickly as possible and go find the ritual of apotheosis.
Agreed. I'm not unconvinced that the ritual isn't here, considering there is some big ominous feeling of something waiting for us to waiting to pounce on us.
All right, that's
regardless.
Fine
It's
by
not
me.
mimics.
This one looks empty. Moving on. Same cycle.
Right. So the next two rooms are both basically the same. They don't look like they were actually being slept in whenever everything that went down went down. They are fairly tidy with a single sort of twin-sized bed, single chest, footlocker. The dresser has been moved in both of them as well to be pushed up against the window. And then you get to the last door.
Yep.
and you go to open it,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't open. Like the handle turns.
13. I assume it's locked.
It's not locked,
Oh, no,
but it's
okay.
the handle turns, but it doesn't. There's something stopping it from opening.
Okay, so it's like it's barricaded from the inside, kind of thing.
Kind of, but like I mean, like something, yeah, like something is propped up against it or something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Yeah, fuck it. Is there a keyhole?
Yes.
Can I see light through the keyhole?
No.
Again,
One
let's go to the
second, I need to
doorknob and
check it.
stands back.
I need to check wording of the spell.
Meanwhile, you can. Scuzz, are you doing anything while that's happening?
Oh, I know what I can do.
I noticed you go into a room.
You're muted.
Thank you. In this room that I'm in right now, is that a window?
Yes, it's a window. The dresser. Jesus Christ, Craig. Sorry, I just saw Craig rapidly approaching the camera and from my like a diminutive like window because I'm on the Roll20 screen and I OBS is over Zoom. I couldn't tell how you were being propelled, so it looked like you were just stop motion animating towards the camera.
That's what you get for playing creepy music.
I was gonna say
You played yourself.
Straight up Pennywising his way towards the camera.
No. Unacceptable.
Anyways, so yeah, yes, it is a window though. You can see out into the street, into the sort of the courtyard on the other side.
Great. Does it open?
It does open, but it looks like the locks, the opening latches are all at the bottom of it, which is why the dresser's been pushed up in the way that it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, could I get at it by standing on top of the dresser?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so you guys will sit on top of the dresser, pop the locks, push it open.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's a bottom out window. It's like you kick it out.
First you're flossing, now you're popping and locking.
You got it. Can Scuzz poke his head out the window?
Yeah.
Great. Is there a window on this side that he can see?
No.
Thank you. It's not.
Doesn't seem to be a window on this side.
Eldath, love, we might need some muscle on this door if we're intent on investigating the full extent of this structure.
I think I've got
All right.
this one.
There's no window on that side. Boop, boop.
Or the unseen might be able to handle it themselves.
I am going to... It can't be more than 5 feet. Comes over here really quick. Looks, okay, 5, 10, about 15 feet. 20 feet room. All right. Comes back, and I am dimension dooring 10 feet.
All right.
Because you don't need to be able to see for that one.
Nope, you don't. So you.
Now I die.
I would say you
Sin,
disappear, but
yeah, that's
well for Gent. They do because I can see everything invisible within 60 feet. So yeah, this entire time, Sin, Gent's been talking to you like he can see. Like
for
turns
sure.
to face you, gestures directly. You know, like it's very.
I'm pretty sure I know that though. Right?
Oh yeah. He's done that sort of thing before. Yeah. When people have been invisible, he just treats them like they're not, as long as the visor's on.
You bamf out of the hallway and into the room. Inside the room, you find another twin bed. This room is a lot more disheveled than even that first room was.
Looks like
there is an end table desk that seems like it has some old, like obviously rotted food on it. The smell sort of hits you immediately, as does the smell of the rotting corpse that is sitting in a chair leaned up against the door.
That's what I figured.
Looks to be human. Dead as far as you can tell for a couple of days. Not yet beginning to like fully rot, but like definitely starting to smell. The there's a dresser, chest and dresser sort of pushed up against the window on the left-hand side of the door of the room, and there's a journal in their hand that seems like they were writing when they passed out of exhaustion or starvation and died.
They just reach out, pluck the diary away. Oh, for me, thank you, and then kick the chair and body out of the way.
You all hear a thud, like a wet thud on the other side of the door.
Come in.
All right. Door open.
You do open the door, and you see that there is now a chair on the ground with a corpse having tumbled out of it, and Sin standing there with a diary.
I'm going to toss the diary to you.
Catch.
I found some reading material.
Lovely.
If you want to look at that, if one of you wants to look at that, I am going to try to have a conversation with our squishy friend here.
I was about to say I can do that as well.
Mine doesn't cost me spell slots.
Valda waves to herself.
Well, while the two of you get to fight over who gets to talk to
Go
the
speak
cute boy
with the
in the
corpse.
room,
I mean, we can both do it. That just doubles.
Ken's
the
just
number of
ripping
questions.
through this diary as best he can.
I mean, I think
believe-
Speak with Dead is the kind of thing where you can't use it again.
No, I believe it's you can't use it again. Hold on.
While you're checking on that, Gent,
Yes.
Yeah.
you open it up and you start reading. And what languages do you know?
I know Common, Elvish,
okay.
Dwarven, and
Last
Giant.
10 days.
Okay. Do your goggles let you read all languages you see?
No.
Okay. You look down. You do not know the language that is written on this book.
How's the handwriting?
Very, very smooth and academic at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and
it
then
degrades as you get.
degrades rapidly as you get towards the last page.
Ah, we'll need to find somebody who speaks this. Ithram, can you do that thing where I can read everything?
He's in the first room that got opened. He was just perusing with Vespia.
Yeah, so Gen's just yelling down the hall to where he thinks
Yeah.
Ithram is.
Yeah. He'll poke his head out and he goes
Meanwhile, at this point, 10 minutes have passed. Grummond, you finished casting Purify Food and Drink on the barrels.
May your ales never be skunked. Amen. Oh, bless Marduk. So let's crack this first one open.
Doesn't smell any better.
No, probably a monster. Right. Is this a good time to crack this open in case there's some sort of beastie inside?
I'd bring it over to where there are people who can help deal with it first.
All right. Picks up one of the casks, takes it over. Do they all look like they're about the same?
Yeah, about the same weight. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, are they the same type of cask, or do they look like they would?
Oh yeah. These are all sort of the same kind of cask.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll carry one over to.
I mean, everyone's in the hallway.
Yeah. I tell you what, Valdeth. You do this one. I will speak with the next squishy body.
How about? You know what? Fair enough. I was going to say, how about you do that one while I go and make sure Grumman doesn't get killed? But if you want to go and handle that,
I'm all right.
All things considered, in terms of recent memories, perhaps you should go handle.
You speak to
Our
the corpse.
bartender.
Speak to the corpse, and I'll handle whatever might be in that barrel.
Delightful.
John?
Yes,
Vespia is going to be looking inside the chest that's in this room.
they're empty.
Okay.
Gen's gonna go get comprehend languages from Ithram.
mm-hmm.
So while that's so Grummond, you crack open the cask in the hallway.
Yeah.
All of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Thought so.
So glad I brought it into an enclosed space.
Does this count as a save against poison?
No.
Does that include me?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a save against disease?
No.
Okay.
You know what?
60.
I'm gonna save my inspiration and eat the one.
Well,
14, no good?
14 is
19.
14 is a failure. Yes.
All right, I'll roll again.
16 is a
Then
success.
Okay.
26.
21.
So if you're higher than a 16, you're good.
All right.
16 or higher than 16.
DC was 15.
Okay.
I got 2 8s.
I noticed.
That's 16.
Yay, a
So-
magic joke!
Gent, you're
Yep.
getting comrades language cast on you, and you smell. A smell hits your nose, and it triggers a long buried memory of your entire family being butchered, and the smell that sort of had permeated the house by that point, and you just begin vomiting.
Yep, whip to the side and book goes out towards
Scuzz.
this room.
Similarly, just the smell hits you and you can't hold anything down and vomiting.
Scuzz turns into one of
buddies.
these other room over here.
Drummond and Valdeth, you get hit particularly bad because you're right next to it, but everyone can smell this. Drummond, as you peel back the lid, and inside is a sort of a putrid, disgusting slurry that smells like. The best way you can describe it is it smells like meat that's been left to sit too long.
Someone made a dude smoothie.
And yeah, it is very like brown and red as far as colors go.
That's not distilled, I'm afraid to say.
On the scale of like rotten meat to Vegemite, where are we? In terms of consistency.
Which one of those is worse?
Well, in terms of consistency.
In terms of
Is
consistency?
it, because you said it still has like a red and brown color to it, so
Yeah.
it's not like it doesn't look like rotten flesh.
No. This is just like, as far as you can tell, this is a person that's been inverted into a barrel.
Oh, okay. So it's not like
Someone attempted people pickle, and it didn't work good.
and all of them were about like this?
Yeah.
Is there a chemical smell to this thing? Like,
No.
not to reference the specific thing. Is it smell of lye?
No.
I'm just gonna real quick. I'm gonna sacred flame it and see if I can just kind of burn it off, so we're not still suffering from the smell.
You say how does it look like? What does it look like when you cast Sacred Flame?
He takes a swig of something and then burps and just fire comes out.
Real evocative. Yeah, this sort of radiant fire sort of scorches the top. Now it smells a little bit worse.
I say burning rancid flesh does not make it smell better.
Your Sacred Flame doesn't
crispy.
seem like it's strong enough to get rid of to like burn it to ash or anything like that.
Yeah, that would have been the hope, but
Flame strike,
Gen's
maybe.
trying to climb out this window, probably, here.
I think I'll take this outside.
As Get climbs out the window.
Yeah,
Drummond brings it out back.
Scuzz definitely opened up this window in this room here, and it definitely squeezes his head out. Just
I'm gonna toddle back over to the front door. Which one did we come in? The one behind the bar? Or
The one on
other
the left. The one on the door on the south and left is the one with the blood stains on the
This
outside.
one here.
Okay,
So
yeah, I'll-
get that door is not big enough for you to get all the way out.
Okay.
That window.
But you outside that window, but you can definitely like get your head and shoulders out.
We got like a
That's
real Winnie the
good
Pooh
enough for
situation
now.
going.
Trying to find some fresh air.
Directly below you, there are several bags that are like very like stuffed with something.
Oh.
Seem to have a similar smell coming up from them.
Oh no, kid.
Back in.
It's like, oh, you smell something bad and you stick your head out and it's just the dumpster right beneath you.
Yep.
Valdeth looks around. Well, we seem to have found what happened to at least someone who was here recently.
I mean,
Well,
there's others in the other barrels. I'm not certain if they were trying to hide in there or something put them in there. And he just like throws it out the door.
Gent has the barrel of his gun pointed towards his ribcage.
Well, this is going on.
I'm going to banish myself unless somebody can fix this.
Just
Ithram pulls out a teeny little pouch and grabs some of the incense and stuff that he uses for Find Familiar, puts it into that pouch, has a little leather strap on it, hands it to you. It should fit around right about here. You can just wear it under your nose. There you go.
A
little potpourri bag.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? If I
11.
With an 11, with 11,
Not
you're able
my-
to recover from.
Okay.
With the bag lowers the DC.
Okay.
That bag, you're able to. It covers enough of the smell that you can start to calm
Function.
down. Yeah.
If I cast fog cloud, can I dictate what the fog smells like?
No.
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 I mean, it's its own air.
Fog is not air.
It's
Fog is- I mean,
it's gaseous
Fog
water.
is moisture.
Yeah, exactly. And
It
and
smells
can
like
have
water.
odors.
Smells like fog.
So
I know. So can I make it smell like sea fog in here, which is way better than rancid cask man?
You could, but it would not overpower the smell of cask man.
I was gonna say, but the air that this fog is dispersing through.
I am
So basically, what you're asking
Cast
is, can I make fog that smells like beach trash, which we all know is the worst smelling trash?
Jeremy, you were saying
No,
something.
I'm caught the low tide.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
it's
Laura.
Laura. Hello.
Hi.
You're just in time for trash and man pickles. Pickled man. What is a man but a pickle?
What is a man?
What is a man?
But a
What did I walk
Little
into?
pile of flesh bits.
We have
Anyway, how about
Drummond
you?
opened a barrel of rancid corpse smoothie.
Why?
something
That's
Hamlet.
going to be a discussion
I
to
tried
happen.
to purify it first. I didn't know it was a dude. I thought
Tried
it
to
was
purify
old
these
Peter.
dudes and it's not working.
And I fully cleared it with the group. So this time it's
No, you
not my fault.
didn't.
And he cleared it with Valdeth, and Val was like, we should probably take a look and see what that is. She did not expect
Huh.
corpse, but you know.
Huh.
Rarely does
Okay.
anybody expect
So
corpse.
technically, it's your wife's fault.
The next barrel you open will have the Inquisition inside of it.
Hmm.
Because no one expects
For
Spanish
the
Inquisition.
for the rest of the
Thank you.
context, except for everyone. For the rest of the context, I just try to see who all I need to on-camerify.
It's okay. Do I need to give a small history of the Spanish Inquisition? Because I can
Yes,
do
please.
that.
Yes, please.
Okay? It lasted for a really long time. It was like a whole, like hundreds of years. It was the whole thing. Up until the 1800s, actually.
What exactly is the Spanish Inquisition, Mara?
It's a religious court to make sure that everyone's, towing the line Christianity-wise, because people were doing weird things. And also racism, a little bit of that.
Wild. Would not have
yeah.
expect that.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Significant portion of anti-Semitism, you know.
Yeah. I'm still pulling up my character stuff. There we go.
I feel like there's like a good, healthy amount of xenophobia just in general.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Lose your skull cap, then
Yeah.
your skull. Oh, cavolts.
But it lasted in Spain the longest, because the rest of Europe did things like Protestantism.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Look, Martin Luther wasn't wasn't good from top to bottom, but he did help a couple things.
He was a really bad fisherman, though, from what I remember. He kept nailing worms to a door.
No. The diet of worms is a different thing than the 95 Theses. And do not make me go back to my Jesus College church history bullshit, Nikki. This is not a trail anybody wants me to retread.
Okay.
It's the one stupid Martin Luther joke I have.
Well, I can see that we haven't rolled initiative yet, which
Correct.
feels good.
So,
Come so far has been dead.
I would like to ask a question, actually, real quick.
I was gonna recap for
Oh, yeah.
legitimately
Go ahead.
recap for
Thank you.
for Mara.
I
what actually
appreciate
happened. Hang on, I gotta fix some things real quick.
No, that's why we're goofing
behind
around.
the scenes. Okay.
We can recap.
All right.
Yeah.
So, a useful recap.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
Wounded.
I know you. I know all
Just-
of you.
Just grayed out, wasted. Just
Wasted.
Exactly.
So they've been exploring. They've mostly just been exploring the end. They found most of the room. Just about all the doors have been unlocked. Actually, all the doors have been unlocked.
Okay.
Most of the rooms have been empty. They found a dead corpse with a journal in the last room they checked, like a few days old corpse.
Not the pickle.
And then Grumman tried to purify a few kegs that had that rancid, rot-smelling stuff in it. The purify food and drink didn't work, so then Grumman took it into the hallway where everyone was and opened it up, and two of you failed your constitution saving throws and started vomiting heavily as you found
human kimchi. Bad human kimchi.
more and more
their
euphemisms
insistence-
for a liquid corpse.
At their insistence, I will point out I wanted to
no.
open it by the bar.
Oh, you mean the location? Okay.
Yes.
Valdeth opened it up, but yeah. Or Valdeth said to
So
open
they
it up.
tried to do
And
something for the
Valdez
last
said to
20
open it
minutes.
nearby in case it had a monster in it, as opposed to a corpse.
Yeah. Titania has been probably, since I was not here, standing. She had been near the door, I think. Kind of like listening out. She's still doing that in case anything has changed.
I had you,
I remember.
I had you follow everybody
we
in,
heard-
but you can go back.
I'm gonna retcon myself.
There
Yes.
you go. Retcon.
Yes.
All right. So.
Though I can't. No, there I am.
So if you're standing by the door, you do see Kremen come by with a large barrel of human sludge and just throw it out the door like a waste pail.
Yeah, where it hits the ground and collapses a little bit as the contents splash outward. And
that
just sort
was
of
a person.
create
It was.
It might have been a couple of people, if we're being honest.
Creates a biological hazard outside the doors, basically.
Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Listen,
No,
that's
no,
not how you. Kremen.
No, you know what? As the godly man of the group, you know, when someone passes on, what they leave behind is it really any more than just sort of rubbish to be returned to the earth, or in the absence of good solid earth, the gutter outside. So
Also,
No, I'm gonna go
wait.
deal with that.
Sin, to get a better description without getting too graphic, please, because I'm starting to get a little grossed out.
Yeah.
Is it literally like there was a person here at one point, but there is no longer a person here, or are there actual remains of a body once it gets tossed out?
Once you as you see it out, you do see there are bits of bone, and some bits of flesh still consistent. Yes.
But it's not. But nothing.
I
so
apologize for how
structurally
I have
intact.
to say how I'm contractually obligated to say
No,
the word
no, you're
flesh.
No. You were told the line, and I was sitting here like, am I good? I did just eat. I'm good.
I'm currently eating.
I would like to know what Sin is doing in the far room.
Thank fucking God.
Sorry, Jeremy.
It's okay.
It's taken
No,
us
it's
a goddamn
fine.
minute.
It's been literally 10 minutes at this point.
Right? So you can ritual cast that shit in real time.
So, Sin,
Yes.
you've cast Speak with the Dead.
No, I haven't.
But
Not yet. I was trying to react to the fucking barrel, you guys.
Oh, sorry. React to the barrel.
So Sid, as the smell comes in, simply closes the door,
There.
proceeds to put the chair back up in front of the door, so to block as much of the smell out as possible, and then starts to cast.
No.
With the corpse in it, or is the corpse still on the floor?
Oh, the corpse is still still on the floor. Yes.
Okay. I was
It
just
doesn't
curious,
need
so it's
comfort.
you're
I like
setting
the
him back
thought.
up by the door.
I like the thought, but I'm also sitting here going, wouldn't it be better to block out the smell to tuck that like blanket under the door jamb?
That's what the corpse is for. You just tuck the corpse.
It'll negate the smells.
Fight
yeah.
fire with fire. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
You
you
feel like the
break.
corpse will absorb most of the smell that's coming
While
in on
you're-
its own.
while you're hearing chaos
Yes.
outside,
Retching
you
and
you spend 10 minutes.
oh
you
god,
cast,
oh god.
you ritual cast your ability.
No, I don't have to. I don't think I can ritual cast.
I was gonna say.
It's
you're,
a-
you're
it
a
is
warlock,
my-
you can't
You're not
ritual
back to the
cast.
tome.
It's
You
my
don't get the ritual
invocation.
cast.
Oh, it's your invocation.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So you
Which
cast
I
it with it.
believe I can actually do. Let me check and see. Yes, I can actually do this at will too.
Cool. So,
Nice.
yeah. So you will this creature back to speaking.
Yes.
There is just an unnatural amount of jiggle as it it looks almost like a boomer from Left 4 Dead almost at this point. Just sort of like rolls itself back up to lean against the wall, mouth dripping
All
open,
right, but is it jiggling or folding?
jiggling.
Jesus.
I'm glad
Jeremy.
somebody got that reference.
Fuck, what's that smell as it comes back?
Hello, friend. Tell me, how did you die?
What languages do you speak?
I speak
You said
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Thieves. Well, Thieves Can is a language. Common, Draconic, Elvish, and telepathy. I will enter a dead thing's mind if I must.
There's no mind to enter.
Yeah.
It begins to speak in this guttural, this sort of guttural, this harsh guttural like language that is almost entirely, to your perspective, like consonants. It kind of sounds like Klingon. I just this far too harsh a language for its current form. And as it does, you watch as like the jaw breaks loose on one consonant, and it's hanging there for a second, and then it finishes the sentence.
I will memorize the sounds
Give me intelligence
so that I
save.
can say that whatever it was to everybody else, and hopefully they speak the language.
Yeah, give me a,
Because
I
you
do-
absolutely would have heard at least Valdeth, if not also Grumman speaking it before. Was that dwarvish?
no, it was not Dwarvish.
Okay.
Yeah, give me an
I
intelligence
speak
saving throw.
literally every language.
Okay. Let me check something just to make
Yeah,
sure,
but you're
'cause I don't
you're
know
desecrating a
about
body out on the street, so
No, I know.
Nope,
but-
I do not need to make an intelligence save. I have a keen mind.
oh, you have keen mind. Does it let you memorize sounds?
Anything you've
accurately
heard,
recall
seen in the past
anything
30
you've
days.
seen or heard in the
Oh,
last
there
month.
you go. Yeah, so yeah, you instantly memorize it.
Stay here a
Nice.
moment, will you?
Big brain.
Open the
Big
door,
brain.
and I'm just gonna shout exactly what was just said out.
All right.
Okay.
Does
What do I-
anybody know what the fuck that is?
Has Gent had comprehend languages cast on him yet, or is this still
I'll
in
say
the
it-
mix?
I'll say at this point, yeah. What languages
I
does
know
everyone?
literally every language.
Yeah, you know language. What language does everyone else know?
Common, Druidic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Common, Dwarven, and Elven.
Common, Goblin, Primordial.
Common, Elven, Abyssal, Infernal.
Common goblin and
Vidalkin.
thank you.
So with comprehend languages on, and make a. So I've always envisioned that the monk ability just it doesn't necessarily like teach you the language so much as it translates the language. Just because the way it's described, it's like you sort of get the heart of what they're saying without actually understanding the words. It's like you know what's being said, but you wouldn't necessarily know the language. Give me a history check, Grummond, just to see if you can identify it based on that ability.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's valid. I think you understand all spoken languages, and any creature that can understand the language can understand what you say.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any implication that I know what language it is.
Yeah. With a 14,
So,
right?
14.
I'll say the DC is fairly low though because you can interpret that. With a 14, you and both and Gent, who has had comprehend languages cast on him, recognize this as deep speech.
Well, all right. I'll convey that.
And you recognize the meaning of the phrase to be sorry, what was the question, Jeremy?
How did you die?
The answer, the phrasing specifically says, all mortal things perish. When left alone, we simply fade.
You want an interpreter?
Yes.
Right, coming.
I'm assuming you spout that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Gent gets to it first in a flowery way.
Gent is still catching his breath and then heading to the journal.
Fair.
Okay. The journal, now with comprehend language on, you recognize is written in deep speech.
Okay.
Give me just to see how much you get out of it. Give me an investigation check, and then Gent and Grummond, you're going in to finish the conversation that Jeremy is having.
Yes, as I go, however,
I'm using my inspiration.
I say to Valdeth, well, your wife's going outside to look to that fella that was in the barrel. Probably not a great idea for any of us to be alone. Especially
no, and Valdeth will go out and join Titania.
Other side of the hallway, Grummond.
My bad. That 100% is canon. Grummond just walks into the room.
We're not using the map for much right now, so we're going to go back to the booth, but remember.
Yeah.
When he walked in there, he did see Felix dry heaving a little bit, but he made his con save, so he's all right.
Ooh.
And 17 on the diary whenever we get to that.
All right. So, next question.
Yes. How long ago did you die then?
This harsh language of too many consonants. As I'm trying to find. There it is. All right.
In days and years, please.
You get it's how long ago you said?
Yes.
You get the idea that it has been they're unsure of exactly how much time it has been. As far as they can tell, it has been less than a month.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 questions, I think, we speak with Dead.
Correct.
Yes.
What happened outside the bar that caused so much blood?
I'm trying to think of the exact phrasing he would use.
This man is a cultist. He can only speak cryptically.
That would be the remains of Timothy.
Sorry, say that one more time.
That would be the remains of Timotheus, first of our order, killed by the divine hunter.
What is your order?
What's the wording on Speak with Dead? As far as what they have to tell you, if they have to tell you.
What they have to, they're not compelled to. I mean, they're compelled to answer, but they're not. They can lie. They can, etc. And Sin, I think it almost goes without saying they're taking anything they have with a grain of salt and judging it, because
specifically it's the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. If it doesn't know who the hell you are, 50-50. Who knows?
Yeah.
We are. And this is like, it tries to smile, it doesn't work. We are those that slither in the dark.
Can I get I don't know, religion, arcana, history,
religion check,
sleight of hand,
religion check.
Really? Okay.
What would sleight of hand be for?
Slapping it and going.
I
Excuse
will
me?
use an inspiration on this one.
Go ahead.
I got a 16.
It's not like I don't have enough to spend. Where's my inventory? Where's my inspirations? Oh, I only have 2. Still, I'll use 1.
Does 16 do it? Maybe 16.
No, wait for Sin to reroll first.
Oh, that's investigation. That's not really. 19.
So yeah, with the 16 Grumman, you've never heard of that phrase.
Okay.
Sin, that's not a title.
Right.
Or at least it's not an official title. That is a designation, likely one that has been given to this group by some sort of authority figure. You can tell by the way he said it. It was like sort of a mocking tone. You're not familiar with the designation, but you can tell a title that has been earned, as it were, when you hear it.
Right. Okay. One more question. Well, go big or go home, right? Where's the ritual of apotheosis? Where do we find it specifically? From here.
We never found its resting place. And just collapses.
Question that I don't think has been asked so far. What was this thing? Was it a human?
Human.
Yeah.
Was it something else?
Yeah, it was a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll stand up, look down at it, kick it once. You're useless.
There's a squelching sound, and some of it comes back with your boot.
That's fine. Well, head out. Does anybody recognize the terms "those that slither in the dark" or Timotheus?
Or the
Have I run
hunter?
across those in the journal?
Divine hunter is just a divine hunter.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was sort of given like a proper noun for the thing that is killing things around here. So
Timotheus was a name, as far as you could tell.
Yes.
But yeah, anyone who wants to can make a religion check.
Yeah, I'll try one against that as well.
Yeah.
religion. 3.
I'm rolling like
18.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
I rolled my 16. I got my 2 8s together.
I'm
Here we
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry. I skipped cult day.
Seems like an important day not to skip.
Yeah, no, none of you have ever heard of that particular phrasing.
Gen's gonna try and become an adjunct professor in ancient cults at some point, guaranteed.
That'll go great for him. I'm sure. That feels like the start of a
This is the start of a small.
What was your investigation check? Jack?
For the journal, it was 17.
17. All right. So, you're sort of you begin to read it, and you realize that as you begin to read about how Martha down the street makes very lovely apple pies, that this book is encoded.
Yeah.
And you get a very lovely tale as you read through it about a nice suburban town in which there is, just local gossip basically going on.
A little story
What
about
about
Jack
when the
and
hand gets
Diane.
shakier?
When even as the hand gets shakier, it seems to continue this ruse.
The encodement stays consistent.
Okay. Yeah, it stays consistent even unto death. So yeah, like with a 7 it's very obvious to you that this is with your role. It's very obvious to you that this is some sort of coded cipher. You could probably break it if you knew what the key was.
Okay. Sin, do you mind searching that man's body and effects?
We're looking for a cipher.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
We're looking for a cipher code for this journal.
I'll see what I can find.
While were you reading it out loud?
No, he would not have been reading it out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you start relaying it, I mean, Ithram will ask at any point if there's anything to relay. Once you mention that, though, he's going to pull out one of his notebooks and just see if you can write it out in a different language.
Get an intelligible transcription. Yeah.
So
transcribe it into common.
So we can try to decode it that way.
Yeah. With that suggestion, Gent will start reading it out loud and let Ithram, kind of do the stenographer.
So you read it out loud in common? Or in deep speech?
Because I
do not read it in its base language.
He doesn't have tongues. He can comprehend it. He can't speak.
I was gonna say I can comprehend it, but I can't speak.
Oh, right.
It,
So you can't even sound. You can't even sound it out. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'll read it out in common.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you two of you work together. You read out. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, the two of you.
Just before they walk back into the room to start looking for a key, they'll stop, poke their out. By the way, he's been dead about a month, so keep that in mind.
17 for me.
That blood didn't look month-old, did it?
He said, to be clear, for Jeremy, in case Sin wanted to be more accurate, he said less than a month.
Yeah, sorry, less than a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly.
Less than a month is more than 5 days. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fair. Holly, what do you want to...
Vespi was just asking Sen, did he mention if there was anyone with him?
I was not able to ask that closely, but it's certainly implied with phrases like first of our order and we are those that slither in the dark, that it was more than just him.
Presumably that Timotheus fellow as well, yes.
Yes.
Who got absolutely splattered outside.
By a divine hunter, no less.
So while people are poring over books and searching for ciphers, Titania, what are you doing outside?
I am gonna try and give this poor persons a proper rest. I'm basically just decomposing it. Also because I'm slightly worried that like smells will draw whatever is around here. Maybe that seems like a bad idea. So I'm decomposing it.
Decompose.
Yep.
Turn from slurry into moss.
Yep. I mean, it's not gonna. There's not light down here, is there?
There is.
That's a question I had,
there's
okay.
There is this sort of ever-present, like it feels like it's daytime down here, but there is no like source for the light. It's this ever-present sourceless daylight.
There hasn't been a lot of plants. I remember there were like dead trees and stuff, but nothing like living.
Correct.
Besides, okay, yep. So she's gonna do that, and she just pats the moss. It's very fuzzy.
Make a perception check while you're working on that.
Okay. Oh, that's a terrible roll. 13.
Valdeth is standing like right around her if you want Valdeth to make that as well.
Yeah, Valdeth can make that perception check as well.
We have the same perception roll. 19.
Thank you. I'm busy with the boss.
Valdeth, while Titania's sort of preoccupied, you hear that clawing sound.
From which direction?
Again, it's ever present. You sort of like looking around, trying to find a source for it. You can feel like the ground shaking a little bit. And you look, and you're trying to find something. And you realize that you see one of a building shift.
Oh god, it's Cloverfield.
Slightly back and forth.
Valdeth puts the link pearl in her ear. Actually, no, we're all still on telepathic bond right now, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, before we went in, I cast it.
Yeah, so over the telepathic bond, she'll go, I think whatever is in control of this city is rearranging the layout, she says, as she just projects the image of the building shifting.
It's not shifting like it's moving. Or it's not shifting like it's being moved. It's shifting like it's like sort of rising a little bit off to the left, lowering back down, back to the right.
Like something's under it.
Like the building itself is moving of its own accord.
Almost like the building itself is breathing almost.
Wouldn't be the first building that we've potentially been in a fight with.
Which building is this?
It's just a particularly tall, like looks like an abandoned apartment complex of some kind that's off in the distance.
Okay.
Towards where Titania would have estimated the center of the design was.
We're trying to cipher, so never mind. He's busy with that, so we can't do that.
The investigation check. So, Sin, if you're looking for some sort of cipher, give me an investigation check.
Yes.
The one that Ithram and Gent did. You're sort of going through all the manner of sort of cipher breaking techniques or codes that you can think of. Nothing. I just started looking through it and thinking about it. Ithram, you realize it's probably whatever the cipher is might not work in common. It might be the kind of thing that only works in the base language of deep speech. Alright, can you give me your inspiration?
$17.
You're sort of like running gingerly, but efficiently running your hands through this guy's pockets. What's left of them.
I feel like not even gingerly. Like Sin doesn't give a shit.
Perfect, fair. Roughly
it's
and
a dead
directly.
body. It's biological material.
It is kind of slimy and gross.
It's slimy and gross, but like they're a changeling warlock who made it on their own. Like they've done worse than this.
You find you find a you do find like a small like message scroll, like the kind that might be tied to like a bird's foot.
Okay.
It's sort of sealed
Shake
with wax
it a little
and leather.
bit to get the goop off of it.
Yep.
Pop the wax seal. Unroll it.
Even smaller corpse smell.
It's a teeny tiny dead fairy. No, there's a small inside it. There is a small like piece of paper. Pull it out. You unwrap it, I'm assuming, or unfurl it.
Yep.
There is only one word in it, and it is in common. Hang on. It just says Morath. Morath.
That sounds familiar to me.
It does.
That sounds like a a first death person, if I remember
does.
that correctly.
Yep. Your
You
mission.
just hear, yep.
Yep.
You just hear from the room. Oh, fuck.
What?
Good news. Remember the whole first Myrtle thing? We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Literally.
What do you mean?
I walk out. I hand over the parchment.
It just says Morath in common.
That's all it says.
Yeah. Well, presumably there's something relevant here.
For relevant to you, Sin, this was a prepared message that had not been sent based on the way it was packaged.
Yep. Okay. Somebody was about to send a message out about this.
Who's this Morath then?
The first person to ever die.
Oh,
One or the other. Like we were looking for their grave.
Right. Grumman pulls out his notepad and is flipping back through it.
So either my suspicion is they found something here that relates to the apotheosis, because he did say they were looking for it and never found it. And it relates to Morath somehow. They found Morath. Or they were sending for Morath, maybe? This could be some weird death cult to the first person killed. Who knows?
That's a lot of speculation.
And that's all we're going to be able to get off of a single word that is very significant. Is speculation. Unless we can come up with something better.
It's something to go off of. We'll need to keep an eye out for more information as we go, until maybe we can break the cipher on that journal.
Can we get out of here? This place is creepy. And
Titania, I say this with all of the love that I am not capable of as a person. But you're saying this is creepy?
yeah. Also, I don't think that's true. But yeah.
Oh, do you know me so little after all this time?
Uh-huh. This is ominous. I don't.
Yes, it is.
And I would like to not be in this city anymore. Where are we going next? What are we doing? How do we find?
I say at this point we do Grumman's plan.
What's Grumman's plan?
Grumman, please explain your plan.
All right, so you may want to take notes. Now, no, my plan is just to run like fuck and then drink my potion and go invisible if anything tries to get me. And that way we'll know where it is.
And then it'll start snatching up the slower people and then maybe the fastest person and then pick us all off one by one as we scatter.
No. I'm the only one running, you see. I'm the fastest one.
You want to be bait.
What's that?
Bait.
Right, exactly. That's what we tried before. And then we got sidetracked looking at these lovely buildings. And don't get me wrong, we found some horrible corpses in some casks. But I'm ready to get back to the task of being bait again and just running straight for the exit.
Yes, and after it snatches you, it will go after the rest of us.
Not if you're nice and safe inside the building, unless it is a building.
For the rest of our lives.
Do you
What better to know where the threat is And I can be a problematic mouthful if it comes to that, and give you all some time to get back out of here.
Let's keep moving and Grummond continue to be bait, because it really doesn't matter if you bait it out if we're nowhere near to act on the bait. So let's
This
keep
is
moving
fair.
forward.
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh.
29. There we
20.
go.
23.
That is performance. That is persuasion. This is perception.
16.
5.
There
I
you
got
go.
a 15. Felix got a 24.
Felix is like, I have the eyes of an eagle.
I'm just distracted at the
Unless
thought of
you
something
don't want
eating
him to make
Grumman.
that one.
No, that's fine. Yeah, Ithram, you're like Ithram. You notice something primarily because Felix immediately snaps his head to one side, and Felix snapping his head to one side immediately makes Titania and Valdeth and Scuzz and you all. I'll say you and Grummond all just like sort of click over.
It's a cool visual.
There was a all three of Felix's eyes sort of go wide a little bit. There was just the shade of two glowing red dots. We'll say you all went back inside to have this bit of the conversation in the doorway. And as you all turn to look, you see it for just a second before they disappear.
Like just
two
dots in the
eyes?
middle of the air.
They
or,
kind of
yeah.
look. They kind of look like two, like where you would position eyes if a humanoid was standing in the door.
And they were just sort of floating there and then vanished.
Just not floating would imply that they were like present, and like it was more like they were overlaid on the world and then vanished.
We got the jump scare screen effect playing over the
Not
visual
quite.
effect.
No. More like that very subtle somebody's in the corner that you don't notice until you see them move away.
It's haunted. I don't like it. I don't
But just
like it.
two red eyes.
Instantly scouring my brain for extraplanar entities that are able to do that if I've ever read anything about.
Well, as you
Yeah,
all,
what is that?
as all of you sort of notice and begin thinking, that's where we're gonna go to our
Mostly
break.
the fuck.
So if you're watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. A dinosaur story.
I'll let you have that one. Because I love you.
Not because you forgot that you had a thing you were trying to do.
Nope. That was literally me holding it in.
She was holding her mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
So, you all saw a pair of red glowing dots in the same place that a humanoid's eyes would be, standing in the doorway. Well, most of you, all of you except for Sin. That moments after you recognized it, vanished.
No.
Question: since I can see through any illusion and all invisible things and that sort of thing, what did it register as for me? Anything different?
A pair of glowing red eyes.
Yeah, True Sight
Nothing
doesn't give
else.
anything else.
Nope.
Shoot. Don't like it.
Okay. And now it's gone.
Yep.
I finished cleaning the cultist off of my hands that was distracting my attention. All
Good for
right,
you.
so we're leaving.
I get my Everclear out, and I'm ready to go whenever you all are ready to watch.
All right, invisible.
Do I still have a sense of which way we're headed from here, or have things shifted around?
No, you still have a sense of where you're heading, yeah.
Okay.
Bzz, bzz.
All right. How far does it seem, or do we not know?
No idea.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Craig?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to somebody else.
No.
Rick, I'm ready if you all are.
Yes, let's get moving.
All right.
The way.
Yes, please.
I am each turn readying my Everclear. I think it's an action. And we'll head out and start moving forward.
I'm keeping the same distance, about 20 feet away as I was before, or 15 feet.
Vespi is just going to sigh, grab Ithram's hand, and move out.
He, with his other hand, is going to get. Could I see the notebook?
Yes, of course. Hands it over, and Gent is just keeping his head on a swivel with the goggles.
Yep. While he's doing that, I'm going to cast comprehend languages on myself, and see if that will, if needing to understand comprehend language or understand deep speech to break the cipher and translating it back and forth isn't working between myself and Gent. He's going to just try to, while we're walking, he's going to try to use what they've already gained to try to break the cipher while we're traveling.
Go ahead and make the investigation check. So,
And Sin shared the Morath thing with everybody, right?
Yes.
All right. So, and yeah, Gent will just make the comment of maybe that's the cipher phrase. I don't know. And yeah,
He's going to look for any combination. Maybe it's the first letter of every word.
right. Yeah.
The first time it spells Morath, that's where it is. Stuff like that.
I'd like to take to the air again.
okay.
I don't really want to be on the ground.
All
That's
right.
where we've seen most of this thing.
Okay.
And I'd also want to look, because you said the city is shaped kind of like a runic symbol of some sort.
Yeah.
Having seen like this deep speech written down and stuff like that, does that give me any further like this might be a letter or a word or something? I don't know.
No, not from what you can tell. No.
Okay.
It's too even. It's too.
All right.
It's too regular of a system. It's too regular of a symbol. It's
Okay.
it's much more of a fractal pattern than anything else.
Okay.
Valdeth, you realize that the path that Drummond is heading down will obliquely end up probably heading in the direction of that building you saw shifting.
eyes open as you head that way. That's moving towards the shifting building that we saw earlier.
Noted.
Oh, I think it's already got eyes on us. Jeremy, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just said noted.
All right, Moriko, settle down.
Like I said it and then I realized what I said and it's fine. I'm sticking with it.
Beautiful.
Do you look like a sort of a Japanese woman, straight cut hair?
I don't look like nothing. I'm invisible,
Down on the ground.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Are you? But when you went invisible, you were in sin.
I was sin, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be unsurprised to find out that it was herding us in a direction with the way that it's arranged this section.
Almost certainly knows we're here. I probably knows our plans. I'm just ready to get this party kicked off, if I'm honest. Right, here I go.
Let's move.
Without looking up,
shifting buildings.
Without looking up, while Vespia is leading him and Titania pulls away, Etherim's just kind of like loudly say, while you're up there, perhaps record a single section and count how many sections there are. If this pattern repeats, we only need the one section we can discern. Once we know how many and what the shape is, that will help us. We don't need to see the whole thing from above. We can make a recreation.
Okay. She'll try and do that.
Grumman is not trying to be subtle, by the way.
Mhm.
He's just
Grumman, I need to make a Constitution
I
saving
think
throw.
we're all past the point of subtlety at this point.
Just Grummond?
Yep, just Grumman right now.
What did you need from me?
Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Okay.
Still got some sick on you.
26.
On. There we go. So with the 26, that's a success.
Oh, good.
You're
I
not.
would hope so.
You sound so disappointed.
You're not blinded.
Good. This feels good.
You take 46 points of necrotic damage. As those of you that are following behind Grummond, you watch as this shadowy limb is the best way you can describe it. It's this long, like monstrously sized, sort of forearm and elbow and clawed hand that has spikes on all, emitting from all of the joints and end in these massive talons, just launches seemingly out of nowhere into and through Grummond. Just it more than double his size. If it was real, it would have caught him, but instead it just smashes through him and dissipates into shadow, leaving this sickened feeling behind Craig as our Grummond as it hits you and just rips away a little bit of that life essence that you have.
So I feel ill. I feel
yes,
weak?
you feel ill and weak. Yes.
All right.
And
And
you
it
all
just came
from
out.
behind just saw that. Yeah.
It just came out of the ground.
No, it came out of nowhere. Just out of
Okay.
off like from the side of frame through you and then disappeared.
Where did it go? Can we
It
tell
disappeared.
where it went?
It evaporated right after it hit him, basically.
It was the like spectral ghost hand appears out of nowhere, strikes and vanishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
And you
well,
all
it's
hear
here.
you all hear this deep bass rumble.
All right, looks like the battle's afoot.
Ent is readying an action.
We're not technically in initiative right now
Okay.
because it's not in initiative. So yeah, that's the first thing that you've seen. Everyone's immediate reactions to that right now.
Weapons out and be ready to try and, if you can, react to any of that. And we keep moving until it shows itself. How are you holding up, Drummond?
Oh, I'm just fine. He says, and then takes a swig of the Everclear. So I'm just...
All right.
It was 46 hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up a little bit closer to about 10 feet.
Okay. Sin, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13.
13. That's a failure.
I would hope so.
So, do you want to use the inspiration from that?
I don't have one. I used my last
gotcha.
one.
Again, none of you can see Sin except for Gent and Titania. But you watch as this similar dark spectral claw just manifests and slams down out of nowhere. Go ahead and whatever held action you had, Jack, goes off.
We're going to shoot that with a hold monster bullet.
Go ahead, make your attack roll.
Okay. Emperor's Virtue, there. Oh, shouldn't be at advantage. 28.
28, the bullet just passes through it.
I can tell if something is an illusion.
Correct.
Does this qualify as an illusion?
No.
Okay.
It's not solid. You can tell
Gotcha.
it's not an illusion, but it's not solid. Make an Arcana check. I rolled really shittily. Sin, you take 36 points of necrotic damage and are blinded as the sort of the essence of life is being drained out of you, and as it does, your vision just goes dark.
30 on the Arcana.
Yet this is not an illusion, nor is it a solid entity. This seems like it is. This is something being manifested, almost like something astrally projecting, but into physical space rather than the astral realm.
It's not like on the ethereal or anything.
No,
I'd be able to see into that as well. Okay.
This is something is manifesting just raw power in these attacks.
Okay.
Trying to attack it is effectively like trying to attack a fireball.
Right. Okay. He'll try and briefly relay that to everybody nearby.
Mechanically, these are lair actions.
Gotcha. Okay. And do they seem to be location based? It's not like a trap where just don't step in that area and you won't get it.
No,
it doesn't register
Sin
like
wasn't
that.
Sin wasn't near where Grumman was.
Where
Sin was like
Grumman
10 feet back from where
hit or
Grumman
anything
was
like that. Yep.
when Sin got hit.
Yeah. All right.
And it also doesn't seem to care if you're invisible.
Obvious. Yeah. Okay.
With an 18 for the investigation, if he made any headway with the cipher, after the first time Grumman got hit, he's gonna first go, huh? And look up because he was distracted. But look, he's gonna stick the notebook if he hasn't made any headway into
So
it.
with an 18, you haven't been able to make much. You've got a few different theories. One of them is the only one that stands out as like a sensible word that you've been able to translate so far is just it's not even a word. It's the dreaming one. Is basically all you've sort of made out so far.
Okay.
Valdat is going to activate Tremor Sense again and Stone Cunning and gain Tremor Sense for the next 10 minutes.
Yep.
And just see if there's anything nearby triggering these lair actions at all.
As far as you can tell.
Move quickly, we need to get past this.
I want
Subtlety's dead.
to cast Shadow Blade as a bonus action and come down, so I'm hovering about 10 feet.
Okay.
And I'm trying to keep an eye out for where this thing is. I want to attack it if I can see it.
You make a Constitution saving throw, Tanya.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just The time for subtlety's dead, and if we don't want to join it, we need to move quick.
Con save. Yup. It's a natural 1, so a 2.
Are you immune to certain conditions? Also, you're resistant to necrotic damage?
I am. Hang on. I am resistant necrotic damage if I have my Reaper summoned, which I didn't say.
Flying,
but
so
You're flying, so
usually
you
does.
have to have the Reaper summoned.
She has the broom of flying.
Oh, right, yeah, the
as
Broom of
well.
flying. Right.
Yeah, but
you've also been Reaper mode this entire time.
yes, she would probably be at this point because we are aware that things are happening, and she's creeped out.
All right, so you have resistance to
if I can.
So you have resistance then to the 65 necrotic damage that you take.
Yes, I do.
So that's 32.
32.
And you are blinded as well as the light just shunted out of your vision. As the rest of you all see this another massively clawed arm just. And
Can
then
I try and strike at it?
make an attack roll?
From now on, the thing that Ithram is going to be holding his action for as soon as he starts to see that again is Vortex Warp to see if he can pull the person out of the way before it strikes.
Okay.
So next time it happens.
Hang on, how does this work? I
Can we
haven't done
see
this.
the thing
I've never
that's
used this
striking
spell.
right now?
It's just
More of the
shadow.
environment
Okay,
striking
we
at
don't
you.
see a
Yeah,
solid.
so
Yeah.
All you're seeing is
Okay.
sort of a giant shadowy arm,
Okay.
like clawed,
Okay.
monstrous limb.
I am just gonna do a sickle attack, or my unarmed strike because it's a melee weapon
Yeah, it's
and I have proficiency.
a melee weapon. Attack.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you. And it just passes right through the claw as it
Even
comes to strike
psychic
you.
damage. Okay.
Mhm. And I need you to make a con save for your concentration check.
Oh, that's
Because
right.
Shadow Blade is a con spell, or concentration spell.
I feel like the better
Cool.
question would be whether your magic sundering scythe could actually break this
Don't
thing.
know.
Sin.
Do I have advantage from Warcaster?
You're
Do
casting
I get-
invisibility at will, but it's still a concentration check, isn't it?
for sin.
Oh,
Sorry, say that again.
I know you're casting invisibility at will, but it's still a concentration check, I think, to maintain
That's a
it.
good point. Yep, should be. So yeah, I have advantage on this.
Yep.
I took
And it was
36,
16 is
so I
your
need to
16
make-
is your DC, yeah. Oh, sorry.
no, it's 18.
18, right?
I mean, I'll make it 16 if you let me make it 16.
18's good.
It would be a 16 natural that I have to roll,
Boom.
but 22 will also work.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. You maintain that invisibility.
I'm still invisible for all the uselessness that is right now.
You are you are blind, but you're invisible.
We
You
run.
can see yourself just as well as most other people can.
This is true.
I have to roll 2d6 real quick.
So, Titania,
Yup.
you're blind and you're floating, and you hear Valdeth
Yup.
going, "Run!" What are you doing?
Bat!
Just-
turn into a bat.
Do you
and
drop
fly
your
up.
Reaper form and turn into a bat?
Yup.
All right.
But what about your lady wife?
Thank you. I'm glad.
I love that reference.
I have a fly speed of 30 feet. I have blind sense,
Yep.
60 feet.
Yep.
I'm going up.
It's just straight up.
Up and then where the bat says telepathically.
I mean, the rest of us on foot have to follow the path, so we have to go
Yeah.
forward.
Huh?
Jeremy, are you busy right now?
No, not
Okay.
hugely.
So Sin hears the command "run."
Valdeth will try and grab Sin going,
way?
if you weren't
mentally-
invisible, I could help you out.
Yeah, none of you can tell that Sin has been blinded either, or that Titania's been blinded. Honestly,
That's why Sin says, which way?
Forward.
All right. Were we all facing in the same direction
gonna
in
say,
that particular moment?
I'm keeping
With
an
my
eye on
keen
Sid.
mind, do I know?
You were facing.
Oh.
Yeah, you were facing towards Grummond, so you don't.
Okay.
Which would have been ahead of them, so you would have been right. Yeah, the same direction.
Running it straight.
All right.
I don't do much straight, but apparently this I do.
Wait, I can perch on your head and like guide you.
You
Like,
don't know that. You don't know where Sin
Blind
is.
leading the blind.
I have true sight.
Yeah, you have true sight when you're not
I have
blind.
blind sense. Yeah, I have blind sense though.
You
I
have
can
blind
still,
sense up to
like-
60 feet, and you flew up into the air.
Yes, and then I can like.
You can
hear
sense nobody
telepathically.
right now.
Okay.
You have a 60-foot bubble and nothing inside of it. It's
Alright.
because you're that high up in the air.
Okay.
You went high enough to look at the pattern, so you're way above the rest of them right now.
Cool.
And then you came back
Valdez,
down
meanwhile,
10
has
feet.
tremor sense for 10 minutes. Even if she does get blinded, she can see where she's going.
Yep.
All right.
So you just start flying in a direction. Go ahead and roll me a. What's the die? What's the directional dice in Warhammer, William?
Scatter die is a d6.
Roll me
But
a-
in D&D, it'd be a d8.
Roll me a
Because
D8.
there's 8 possible directions you
Yeah.
can go.
Okay. 7.
All right. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be left.
yeah. So as y'all start running forward, you watch that bat go to the left.
Felix.
Turn, love.
This way.
By the way,
Back to
minor
your right.
problem.
Back to your right a bit, please.
Minor problem, by the way. I may be somewhat blind at the moment.
Again, like acrobatics check. So.
I'm gonna go over and grab. Gent's gonna go over and grab Sin's hand then.
Well, hang on, because Sin just
Oh,
started
I mean,
running in a
after-
straight line.
That's fair.
Acrobatics. I'm assuming because I'm blind, this is a disadvantage.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Excited for this. 18, motherfuckers.
Nice. So yeah,
Nice.
that.
I'm just based on hearing and.
Well, no, that statement comes mere seconds before you're about to face first into a wall. But you manage to stop yourself, getting a sense that something's right in front of you as your foot goes out ahead of the rest of your body because you don't run face first, and you feel a curb. It's like just,
Delightful. Step up over it.
you step up over it, and then there's a wall there, and you realize now that the street turns slightly.
That kind of curb.
Yeah.
That was a Sin got that.
Yeah.
Jeremy did not.
Oh yeah.
Gent's gonna come over and grab Sin's hand then, since he can see where they're at.
Sin, somebody grabs your hand.
It's me.
I
Come on.
assume so.
Catch up.
Sin is taking a halfling form and jumping on Gent's back.
Okay.
Make an athletics check.
Alrighty.
Gent isn't frail. so there's that.
27.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
you,
was saying.
Nice.
you have an
You did like
invisible. You have a
Gent is
wriggling
a fit
invisible
boy.
backpack.
Alright.
You see, like, off to one side of you see a wand of magic missile just come over the side of his, like, just hold very still and tell me where to shoot.
So
Titania's spoiled.
Are you-
She's got like a really well built husband and an even more well built wife.
Yep.
you are all running as best you can. Everyone give me a survival check. Those of you that are blind with
boy.
disadvantage. Although actually, Sin, you don't have to because you're riding on Gent.
Now all I can imagine is that Sin is Gent's plasma caster that sits on his shoulder. 12.
17.
22.
Man, look at that. Look at them nat 20s.
Beautiful. So you are all basically just sort of flat out running. Also, if Nikki and Greg said anything when they made their rolls, you were muted. So
Should I have said something about my 14?
I don't know. I just wasn't paying attention to the cameras. I just realized that you were muted, and so if there would have been a funny joke or something.
No funny jokes.
What's the joke, John?
I'm average.
All right.
That's it. That's the joke.
So, Ithram.
Yes.
Your held reaction goes off as a shadowy claw comes swiping in at you.
Vortex warp can't be used on me. That would be a free Misty Step, so I'm fucked.
Cool.
No.
It doesn't. I have to make a
Does
concentration.
Vespia have any time to react to this because she is right with him?
It's less about your reaction time and more about just how you're pathing down the street. That Ithram just caught the attention. 21? So
it's the abs.
You take half damage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I love that this has become a thing for him. That is not at all when I made him how it intended to turn out, but it's just turned into.
You take
he's
half.
just gotten more and more defined.
So you take half of 54 necrotic damage.
27.
So 27.
27.
Yep.
I can do math.
Whoops.
Fine.
And are not blinded.
Yay.
As this arm just basically some uppercuts through you and then dissipates immediately.
Let's see. Well, no, I didn't fail, so I can't use that. So never mind.
Based on that.
Go and give me one more survival round of survival rolls, everybody.
18.
18.
Survive.
19.
Oh!
Oh my gosh, no!
No.
25. Oh, Ithram.
Oh no, Ithram.
I mean,
Ithram.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I have the highest con save in the group, which is sad but also hilarious.
Hey, good. It's the abs.
Mine's 11.
Mine's 13.
Yep, 13.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. So good.
It's because I've been chosen by the god of muscle.
There's just a bro out there that just raises a glass of protein shake, just like yes.
Kultir, our Lord.
If there's no god, then how do you explain these gains?
You have an iron will,
Sword.
I have an iron stomach.
You guys know that wizard? Yeah, I was there, man.
Brains and brawn.
All right. So with natural 1, Ithram.
Hey, for a 2, all right.
That's very important.
Yeah, Ben, come on.
You're all running at this point, there's nothing you've determined that has been effective against these attacks, so warding them off. You're mostly just trying to move as quickly as possible, drawing the least amount of attention as possible, as you sort of now begin to realize that there's a reason why people were boarding up their windows and trying to make the least amount of noise as possible. And very suddenly, Vespia, you're the first one to notice Ithram isn't with you.
Oh, yes! Love it!
Oh my gosh.
Ithram, you're running, and Vespia's getting a little bit ahead of you, but you're keeping up, and you're not.
She was holding his hand.
Yeah,
I swear, I've been doing cardio.
You've got the stamina. It's just the speed is not there. When all of a sudden, your world just goes dark, and then it hurts. You are what is most charitably described as sitting on a throne of spikes. It feels like almost as there are just sharp things piercing into your back and sides and legs and all over, and it is pitch black.
This is a no-bone throne.
So Dakota, what's your new character?
Those of you that
Cannot wait to tell you.
we'll say Valdeth saw this. Valdeth, you
I have
saw.
tremor sense for 60 feet, so
you-
unless he was way, way far behind, I would have seen everything.
You didn't see anything, like from your tremor sense. You look back over your shoulder because you felt Ithram go away. You felt Ithram stop moving. And you look back and you just see this massive, shadowy, it looks almost like a draconic maw, just finish closing and vanish, taking Ithram with it.
I love dragons.
Does Vespia see that at all?
You just felt Ithram disappear and turned around and there's nothing there.
Vespia has stopped in her tracks, and she is screaming Ithram's name right now.
Don't fucking stop! You won't save anyone doing that.
Constitution saving throw, Vespia. As you start screaming Ithram's name.
22.
All right.
Nice.
That's her fiance. She's not gonna leave him.
So half of 42 necrotic damage.
21.
So
21.
As a claw rips through your space and disappears.
Accentuating Valdez's point.
Ithram,
Yes.
it's dark and it's spiky.
Can I do anything? Can I move? Or is it just whole world of pain?
World of pain. You can move, but it's a world of pain.
He's gonna reach into one of his pouches then, and he's gonna fuck it.
Take 14 points of piercing damage, by the way, from the bite.
I'm assuming this counts as magical.
Yes, for purposes of overcoming resistance. Yeah.
Okay. Why did you go away? Which is what you're all asking. No. So. Right. He's gonna try to cast teleport to get back to the city.
You start casting the spell. How long does it take? Is it an action?
Yeah.
Action, yeah, for teleport.
You just try to cast, and as you let go, as you release, the essence of the spell just vanishes. You use the spell slot, but teleport does not take effect.
Yep, it's marked.
Meanwhile, the rest of you.
Is he within 30 feet?
No. Not anymore.
All right, I'm gonna cast Bless. I should have done this sooner. I keep forgetting I'm a cleric.
All right, everyone that's not in the maw, give me a survival check as you continue to run.
I'm gonna hit.
My turn now.
I'm gonna hit Sin, Scuzz,
And finally gets a sense for what the
24.
fuck's going
Gent,
on.
Gent, and Vespia.
Do you have to be able to see people to cast Bless on them?
No.
Okay.
I think they have to hear you. No.
No,
That's just be within
just
range.
30 feet range.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, you're all running.
Just hilarious because Valdez is literally at the front.
Oh yeah, no, Valdez at the front, so you all see. You all see as this
And with the
massive shadowy head just swoops down and engulfs Valdeth, and as it does, as it vanishes, so does Valdeth.
To be
Can
clear,
Yes,
most of us see.
most of you see, yes.
And what do I feel? Because we still have like the marriage thing. I can tell if she's still on this plane. What happened for that?
She's still on this plane.
Where is she?
She's still on
And,
this
like,
plane.
Exact location.
Does it?
She's
Yeah,
still in the
we
same
know
spot?
each other's locations.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it give you specific locations?
Yep. Yeah, it gives. I can double check the wording. Always know exactly where they are within 1 mile.
Within 1 mile.
Yep.
I have to think about how big this section is.
Well,
yeah, you do. You have an idea of where she's at.
Which is?
Like you have a sense, like sort of further down the road that everyone's running down, but you got a sense, you got a more direct sense of like sort of pinpoint.
So she definitely just like disappeared here and
reappeared quite a distance away. Yeah.
Okay.
And Gent, you would get that too.
Oh God, what was the name of the magic item that our
I'm-
rings were turned into? Because it's somewhere.
I'm gonna give something a try. I am going to cast Dispel Magic, targeting my blindness.
Your vision.
No, it's magical
returns.
damage.
Your vision
Okay.
returns.
All right. And I am now holding an action for the next time I see this fucking thing. Because I'm doing nothing else. I'm sitting on someone's back.
All right.
Was the wedding band a Griffin's saddlebag item, John? Because like the magic effect on the wedding band was a magic item effect that you put on us rather than specifically the wedding.
Was it?
The thing was an enchantment on the rings.
I thought that was just
No, that was the wedding.
The marriage thing gives us the +2 to AC. The like you have knowledge of where each other are is an enchantment on the rings.
Hang on. Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
Actually,
that's
yes,
right.
you're right.
That actually, while you're looking that up, that actually reminds me, Scuzz, you are like perma-blessed because of the adoption. We both
Yeah!
talked about that. So I'm actually
with my bar mitzvahs.
your bar mitzvah, yeah. So I'm actually casting it on Titania as the fourth rather than Scuzz.
I don't know if I'm within range.
Tanya's
It's
not
like
within range of you.
Sorry.
All right, then who's our fourth person? Anyone other than me still in range?
Who would you cast it on?
I guess Velda actually would get it
before she gets eaten.
It was a. Actually, no. I don't know where you're getting. I don't know. Ring of the True Companions. So when another creature you can see who is also wearing one of the rings drops 0 hit points, you can use your reaction to cause the creature drop to 1 hit point instead, once per day.
Is that a Griffin saddlebag thing?
If you find, yeah, it's a Griffin saddlebag thing.
Can you give us a card for that?
Yeah, I think I didn't I? Hang on.
It's not in my journal.
Magic items. Ring of the True Companions.
That has a lot of consonants in it.
Edit. Mara. Get Jack. Shani.
Yeah, that's me.
There you go. You are 3 attuned wearers, so. It just doesn't require attunements because it's a wedding ring instead of.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These things can heal. I didn't know that because I never had the card.
Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Gent and Titania, you have an idea of where Valdeth is.
Okay. She went this way.
Valdeth, you are also in a dark place full of spikes.
But I know that I'm still somewhere nearby because I can sense where both of my
Yeah, you can sense them. They're
both
off
of
in a
my
direction.
spouses are.
There.
You take.
Gent just goes. Fuck.
You take
Is she
23
standing
points.
on-
You take 23 points of piercing damage.
Is she standing on any kind of stone surface?
Nope. Your feet are
Pain.
in the air. There
We're
are
standing
spikes
in
in you.
pain.
What was that, Ithram?
I said we're standing in pain.
You're not really standing. You're sort of like being like suspended on spikes.
Can she
Like floating?
Can she physically touch these spikes, or are they just
Yeah, no,
ethereal
you
and
can physically touch the spikes.
She's gonna try and fucking break her way out of wherever she is.
Athletics check.
Break it away.
Ithram, are you doing anything, by the way?
Yeah,
23.
magic won't work. He's only got one other trick, and that's muscles.
Athletics check.
Athletics.
Yep. What is each of your lifting strengths, by the way?
Oh god, it's doubled because of the ring, but let me check.
It's lifting is what, 5 times your strength score?
I think it's 15 times. Hang
15, no, 15.
5 times strength score. I can carry 30 pounds because I have average human strength.
And that's just your like basic carrying capacity.
Yeah.
It's not like your push dragon lift.
Okay, so yeah, I had the rules for these a
Hang
while
on.
ago. I don't remember.
Push dragon lift sounds like the D&D equivalent of CrossFit.
It's just a literal description of CrossFit.
Here we are, strength.
No, dragon.
Lifting
I
and
think it
carrying.
is.
Oh, I see.
You can
Push,
push,
dragon,
drag, or
lift.
lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, or 30 times your strength score, which would be for me, and then I double that again. So hang on. Ooh, 22
I wish I
times
was as strong
30
as Ithram.
times 2.
480 pounds.
Damn, son.
I can push, drag, and lift 1,320 pounds.
You're stronger again. I have a strength score of 14.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
sorry, I did the math wrong. It's gonna be less than that.
14 times 30.
Yeah, I accidentally did 16 times 30 because I was being optimistic. So 420. Yeah. Of course I would get that score.
Ithram, you are straining against this weight, and it's not budging. Valdeth, you, with your superhuman strength, push, and you feel whatever this, like, vaguely wet, slightly fleshy texture you're trying not to think about above you. You feel it lift, and Ithram, you sort of like give up pushing a little bit, and then you feel it the pressure begin to give way. As Valdeth just shoulder lifts the roof of something with spikes in it.
If I were playing a character that was attracted to this, I would be at this point. Not that she wouldn't, because Nikki's just like, yeah, wife material.
She's married.
Exactly.
To 2
wife
people, you
material.
get a third.
Nikki's not in this game. Scuzz is in this game.
I don't know where we are in like order of operations things, but Titania is trying to bat line to that direction. So there's a zigzag.
It's a little
As
like
the bat flies.
teeny tiny thing.
Yeah.
As the
very
bat
drunk
flies,
bat.
which is very, very inefficiently.
Erratically.
Valeth can lift over a half ton as she's
Yeah,
just like
no, let me get
raising
there.
this
I
building.
have
So yeah, Ithram, you look over and yeah, you
600
see
pounds.
as the light begins to seep in through
Yeah.
through this whatever it is that's holding you. You see Valdeth like just being illuminated from that dim external light, just lifting
Back to it then.
the world, I guess, as it was, depending from your perspective.
Atlas is a dwarf.
The Spider-Man Homecoming scene, yeah.
So, the rest of you, I'm assuming you are booking it in a specific direction.
Oh yeah.
Trial checks.
Keeping action held.
Are you referencing the Wonder Woman Tomb Raider crossover thing that I linked in
Yeah,
random?
where Wonder Woman's lifting up the tomb door with Laura Croft underneath it. That's what Valdeth is doing right now, and it's very good. Yes.
26.
Good job.
Yes, Craig?
I apologize. I had to step away for dad stuff. Is everybody okay now? Have we found everybody?
No,
Oh,
not
fuck
yet.
no.
No,
Yeah,
but
we're
we're running
Not
that
even a
direction.
little.
We're okay.
No,
But-
Valdeth is just
but-
lifting the world.
Right, and Titania and Gent have marriage radar for where we should be headed, more or less.
Right.
That doesn't give me any advantage on this survival check, does it?
No.
Okay.
Darn, damn it.
I got a 9.
Yeah,
I guess I am not in front anymore. I'm just.
You
following
are. Gent has like completely just like pulled away front, just running. And you're sort of at that point where you've stopped caring about not making a lot of noise or not making a scene, and that is why, unfortunately. So Sin, your action goes off as a shadowy claw manifests.
Banishment.
What is the target requirements of banishment?
I realize this may not work.
Yeah, I know.
I'm fully aware, but we have nothing fucking else that we can do against
I know.
this
I just need to know what the target requirements. One creature
I'm
you can
pretty
see
sure
within
it's
range.
creature.
One creature you can see within range. Yeah, you try to banish. You don't spend a spell slot because there's nothing to target.
Well, fuck.
There's nothing to target.
I'm assuming that's where it cuts off as as we get eaten.
You don't get eaten because this one's just a claw because it wasn't a natural one. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
Both of who?
You, Gent and Sin, because Sin's riding on Gent.
Holy shit!
18.
20.
Gent succeeds. Sin fails.
Fuck.
Fantastic.
Double prizes. I hate this claw machine. This is the worst claw machine.
Good news is I still have a spell slot, so I can dispel the blindness on myself again.
So
I have one spell slot.
I rolled better this time. So Gent, you take half of 78 necrotic damage.
Fuck!
Oh,
Sin, you take the full
39.
amount.
Oh no!
sheesh.
And are also blind.
Yeah.
Is Sin out?
Good?
Oh no!
Wait. Hey guys, wait. You're blessed.
We're blessed. Sin, go ahead and try and add a d4 to that.
That is fair. That is fair.
94.
Oh, good.
Choose what you
20.
needed. Half that damage.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Fuck yes.
36.
Well done.
39.
Hold on.
Or sorry, 39. Yes, 39.
You hear Grumman just go, "Yes, I'm a good cleric."
That's saved by Grummond. How does Sin feel?
Saved by the Bellmender, thank you.
Oh, fuck.
Good news. I have 35 hit points.
Sheesh.
You're also blinded again.
No, you're not. They saved.
Oh yeah, no, right, you're saved. You're not blinded. Yeah, right. So yeah, this
All right,
this one final
I'm
call
preparing action again
just
because I'm gonna try one other thing
rips through you
next time this happens.
as you all turn a corner and see. There's a pile of buildings that have sort of almost like they've grown out of the back of a large mountain-esque creature.
Giant armadillo.
Armadillo's not quite the right description.
Damn it.
Okay.
Actually, armadillo.
Some-
What about a mole?
It looks almost like a
I keep forgetting about the fucking armadillo. I'm so sorry.
It's really hard to describe.
Never forget.
Honestly, it looks like a mountain. Like it looks like a mountain with buildings that sort of like stuck on specific peak-like spikes on its growing out of its back. Just this
Clicking.
large gray,
Fuck
large
you.
gray like granite, esque entity with this massive draconic skull for a head, with like what are very obviously closed eyes, but you can see just like bits of red glowing behind the eyelids, and a large toothy maw that doesn't quite close all the way, out of which there's just the rhythmic breathing, and then it seems like it's got a couple of extra mouths on various places around the head, particularly one that's like right in the forehead. That's just like this like a series of like a line of sharp spiked teeth that's currently being forced open by a dwarf standing on the inside, just like and sort of clutched in its
That braid that her hair has been put in is completely come undone.
Oh, yeah,
Her
yeah,
hair
yeah.
is just wild and flowing in all directions as she
And-
just forces this thing open.
clutched in this gargantuan creature's massive hands, you see a small metal rod, atop which there is a green flame that seems to be in the shape of a skull with two glowing red eyes where the eyes of the skull would be. And as you turn the corner to see this thing and where Valdeth is, as we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.